Hey everybody, Dude here. Well. It has been 120 days since March 16th. And I'm probably like nervously bouncing around because I didn't really want to do this today. I didn't even realize it was 120 days. That's kind of where I've been. I've talked about it in the last several videos. If you need an update, go back and watch those. I'm not going to rehash it. But the bottom line is this last month has not been my best. This is not how a transformation is supposed to go. So let's just go through it here, huh? Let's face some music together. Woo! You point, I'll laugh. How about that? All right, here's the first one. We've got a side-by-side picture of day 1. This is with clothes on, of course, and day 120. Now, obviously, you can see a difference. Belly, a whole lot of things. Face, belly, everything else like that. But here's the downside. Let's look at the next one. This is basically from day 90 to day 120. So in the last month, there hasn't been that much change. That's my fault. I'm not blaming the weather or the environment or anybody I know. It's me, right? I've just been fighting to stay on track. So, I don't even know. Well, yeah, I'm probably about 8 pounds heavier than that right now. Now, if you look at this one, the shirt and tie pic, this is just to focus a little bit more on the face. Here's day 1 versus day 120. And obviously, pretty good difference. And then here's the next one, day 90 to 120. And you can see not a lot of change or maybe even a little bit worse. So, on the bright side, at least I'm not this guy or this guy. So, with that said, I have not taken my measurements yet. It's the end of the day. I get kind of swollen. My legs are swollen. My ankles are swollen right now. So I'm not going to do the measurements tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning or maybe even on Saturday morning. I do want to measure. I want to take a good kind of a progress of where I'm at. But I don't think anything is going to have shrunk in the last 30 days. So if I had a big one of those, I'm not very good at graphics or animation, but I'd put a big old fail stamp on this month. Again, it's no one's fault but my own. And so let's talk about it. All right, we're going to walk and talk about it. Let's talk about the way I look. I look bigger than I did 30 days ago. Let's just be honest. I'm not saying like mountains bigger, but it's not progress. It's not the direction I wanted to go. On the bright side though, we're making changes to get ourselves unstuck mentally and physically and everything else. So again, I'm not blaming anybody but myself. It really does come down to discipline. It comes down to consistency. It comes down to finding excuses and little things, my shoulder, my back, my weather, the whatever. You can find excuses everywhere, but there are no excuses. So I did not put together a solid month. So that's on me. I'll accept full responsibility and accountability for that. So last month's over. It doesn't matter. We're moving forward. That is week 18. Now I've got some good pictures from a transformation I had years ago. But they're on my computer. I'm going to edit this and get it up. So in the next few days, if I can find those, I'll show you what I know is possible in 18 weeks and know what I know is done. I mean, I'm in my 18th week right now, but there's not going to be any milestone changes within this week. We're just trying to lose that 10 pounds that I put back on. So anyway, this is the reality. This is the reality of the journey. This is the reality of the story. It's not perfect. I wish I had better news to report, I'm kind of ashamed, kind of sad. I feel like I let myself down. I feel like I let you good folks down a little bit. Again, the only one I'm trying to prove anything to is myself, but at the same time, I'm trying. So anyway, that's how I look. I don't look quite so hot. How do I feel? 30 more days down, I don't feel that any better. I think that's another hard thing is I started doing all this mobility stuff and I kind of stopped walking so much because I wasn't going outside because it was so dang hot. And that was a big mistake because I was doing mobility training, arm swings and all sorts of different things, and I'm still going to continue to do those 30-minute workouts. But I think skipping out or missing out on daily walks is critical. Keeps everything moving, and I just feel right now I feel like an old man. And yeah, I'm 54. Some of you think, oh, that's old. Some of you think, oh, you're a young puppy, but I feel it. I got, I do. I have aches and pains. I'm having a shoulder issue. It's really, really, really frustrating that I can't lift or do things. But I'm trying not to let that affect my mind too much because there's other things you can do. Many of you said it this week. I know it very well. I can lose 100 pounds without even exercising. That's not the issue. I lost 80 pounds before doing a ketogenic diet, pretty strict for 8 months. Lost an average of 10 pounds a month, lost 80 pounds. I was looking good, but I started to get kind of a hollowed out look in my face. You start getting that, this guy's losing too much weight without exercising. So I think exercise is important. Now then, I didn't even go on a walk. I literally ate keto, sat on the couch, watched TV, boom, lost 80 pounds. It's possible. I'm not saying it's the smartest or the best. I think you have to have the combination of diet and exercise. But I gotta be mindful about where I'm really at. I mean, look, I'm still 238 pounds this morning, so I'm down a pound from yesterday. But that doesn't mean that, I'm still not a fit person. I'm still not skinny. I'm still fat. 238 pounds for my frame is still big. So I'm under no illusion that I've made progress, but a long way from where I want to be. So, all right, we're not going to boo-boo about that anymore. Where are we going? So, I've made a commitment to 3 things. Weekly weigh-ins. I did that yesterday. And my 120-day progress pictures, we saw them. So I'm gonna keep the 30-day weigh-ins and measurements. That's sticking around because it's got to be real. It's got to be about being accountable. The other thing is 30 minutes of movement every day. I'm on my walking pad again right now. It won't take the whole video, but I'll keep going after I turn off the camera. And then why can I never remember the third one? Oh, intermittent fasting. Woo! So I am intermittent fasted right now. Now I had someone say yesterday, I forget who, but they said something about, you don't need to work out in a fasted state. Never said you did. I'm not touting any kind of science or whatever. It's a preference. I would rather come home, pull out the camera, do my workout, then eat. There's no particular reason. That's just the way I prefer to do it. Because when I do eat, I want to sit down and enjoy the dinner with my wife. So I'm not going to come home and tank up on some protein or, eat a first meal or whatever. When I'm doing intermittent fasting, the first meal is with Candace, and that's how I like it. So I'll stick to that. And that'll be Monday through Friday. So I do intermittent fast Monday through Friday, 30-day weigh-in, 30 minutes of movement a day. Keep doing the 30-day pictures and measurements. Probably these walking pads are kind of slow. Here we go. Gotta get a little bit more of a pace. So, am I disappointed? Yes. Am I devastated? No. There's a big difference. And you're gonna notice something too on the channel. This is no big deal for anybody but me. It's more of a mental thing. When I started this, the kind of the tagline of every video says starting over at 53, because that's kind of how I felt in the beginning. It was like, hey, I'm a 53-year-old guy trying to lose 110 pounds, and I'm starting over. I've yo-yoed up and down many times in my life, and this time I'm putting forth the effort. And that's kind of how I felt, but it's kind of morphed into something different. The meaning of the channel has morphed into something different, and I just don't think that starting over at 53 fits. I never really loved it. It was just kind of a way to identify, like, hey, here's a old guy trying to do it. So I'm changing it. And I'm probably gonna go back and retitle everything. And gonna treat it a little bit more like a daily show. And it's gonna be called Unstuck. You'll probably see the first one on this video. But that's what it's all about. And many times in our life we get stuck. You know, we get stuck mentally, we get stuck physically, we get stuck emotionally. And making great progress in our life is all about becoming unstuck. And I'm trying to keep this, you know, real life, documenting the journey every single day. And the main focus right now is weight loss. So I think at the end of every video, you're gonna see unstuck, real weight loss, real life. Because I think the best thing I can do for you is share the journey honestly. Because it really sets me apart from every other weight loss and fitness influencer out there, because I'm not trying to pitch you on something. I'm not trying to tell you how to eat. I'm not trying to tell you how to work out. I'm trying to share my journey and my results, good or bad. And hopefully that inspires you, and I know you inspire me, and we kind of do this together. So that's where I'm going. And we're going to continue a couple of the other shows that we call. We're going to, you know, Disney with Dude, Dinner with Dude. Got a couple other ideas, but that way we can rotate between some subjects and do some accountability, do some cooking, do some enjoyment. And that all makes up Dude's World, which is basically the story of my life. So, yeah, let's make the next 30 days better. I definitely want the next pictures to reflect what I'm doing and where I'm going, and a good turnaround. So, if you don't have a kind word, shut the hell up. If you have a kind word, I could use some encouragement, so leave it below. And other than that, I'll see you tomorrow. Dude. Out.